Hello friends and welcome to Saitama Stacker channel. My name's Dean and I'll be your host today. Folks, it's pretty killer out there for the Saitama Wolfpack. Some sweet things going on today. I'm sure most of them you've seen, but I'll be recapping them in my fundamental analysis. And just it's an overall great day to be a Saitama holder. Hey, if you're brand new to the channel, please know I only make these videos for education, entertainment, and community building around the Saitama token. So if you're planning on investing in Saitama or in any project for that matter, make sure you do your own due diligence and only invest money that you can afford to lose. Folks, I'm going to do my show in reverse today. So if you're not interested in reflections and buying the token, just go ahead and skip forward until you start seeing the fundamentals, okay? The reason I'm doing that is because there are so many new people to the channel and so many new holders to Saitama that I'm getting questions that for our audience that's been here for 8 weeks seem like very basic fundamental questions. But for those people who are new, they're truly trying to understand. And so I'm going to start in reverse, okay? I'm going to start first with where can I buy Saitama, okay? So Saitama you can purchase in several different ways and in several different places, but I'm going to start you off on the SaitamaToken.com website. Okay, so this is the official website for Saitama. It has nothing to do with me. I just create content about the Saitama token. I'm not part of the development team, and I have no affiliation to the website or any of its project. So there is a buy tab on the Saitama token website. And if you go there, you'll see that you can make purchases in the DeFi space or in the centralized finance space. Centralized finance are what we consider major exchanges. These are exchanges that vet tokens and then list them on their exchanges for sale. Okay. In buying from a centralized exchange, you may get lower fees, and it's also a little more straightforward of a process. You can essentially take dollars or your currency, whatever the centralized exchanges are working with in terms of your country, your currency, and you can directly purchase tokens that are listed. Okay. So they list 4 here, but there are actually several more that are available now. So LBank is the one I see used quite a bit in the community. You can also purchase Saitama on Hotbit, on gate.io, gate.io, Bitmart, and coming soon, Kucoin. That was an announcement that was made today. So there are 8 potential centralized exchanges where you can buy Saitama. Another way to do that is in the DeFi space. So to do it on the DeFi space, you would need a DeFi wallet, such as Coinbase wallet, MetaMask wallet, or Trust wallet. Okay. And if you scroll down here, you'll see how to create a wallet, buy Ethereum, and then connect to a swap like Uniswap to make your purchase. Okay. So if you're brand new to cryptocurrency, this way may seem a little bit intimidating, but it's how I purchased mine. And there are pros and cons to both approaches. Right now, the fees in the decentralized finance space can be a little bit high, and you may have to check multiple times during the day to try to get a fee that seems reasonable to you. But if you're investing small dollar amounts, like $50 or $100, you may find that your fees will be equal to your purchase price, which is not what we want. Okay? In that case, you may want to look at the centralized finance channels. If you're talking about buying $500 to $1,000, the DeFi space, you might do very well there. And one of the things about the DeFi space that seems to be nice is the Saitama rewards are in real time. Some of the centralized finance places do have the rewards and reflections. I know LBank is one that they're reporting that does. So if that's something that's important to you, you may want to consider the DeFi space. Now, what are the rewards and reflections that I'm talking about? If we look at the ecosystem tab on the same website, you'll find out information about Saitama token. It's an Ethereum-based token, meaning it's built on the Ethereum blockchain. They call those tokens ERC20 tokens. The majority of tokens are ERC20 tokens. Okay. It was born on the 31st of May, 2021. And it has some software built into it that creates a passive income system, creates a burn or decreases the number of tokens that are available. And there's also what's called an anti-well trap, or a tax for people who are selling large volumes of the coin, which could cause the price to come down sharply. If somebody does that, there's no preventing them from doing that, but the software actually does have in a tax essentially for people who do that then gets burned or redistributed to the current holders. Okay. So this passive income system, I started my whole channel based on this. I call it the Saitama Stacker channel because every day I'm stacking up new tokens. Okay. And I usually show what my reflections or rewards are for the day. But how it works is every time anybody buys or sells Saitama, 2% of that transaction is withheld and then redistributed back to the owners of Saitama as a reward for holding. Okay. So I have a spreadsheet where I track this. You can have a copy of this spreadsheet also. There's a link in the show notes. If you're going to use it, please follow these instructions. Okay. The link is locked. You can open the link, but you cannot interact with the spreadsheet because if somebody goes in and changes the formulas, it doesn't work for everybody. So what you need to do is click File, make a copy, rename it and save it, and that copy will be available in your Google Drive for you to put your information in. There is a shaded column that you will enter in your token count. You just put it today. Tomorrow you can put in your token count, whatever it is, and it will automatically tabulate how many coins you've gained overnight or at any interval you want. Mine has dates. This sheet that I'm sharing just has numbers, so you can do it at any interval you like. And at the top of the page, it will give you a grand total over time. Okay, so between yesterday and today, based on the amount of tokens I'm holding, and these reflections or rewards are based on the quantity of tokens you hold, so everybody doesn't receive the same. But based on my token quantity, from yesterday to today, I received 201 million free reward Saitama tokens. Since August 31st, I have received 15,143,000,000 free tokens. And at today's current price, which I'm just going to go kill 1 0 and put in a 1, 6 zeros 1, would be about $1,514 in rewards that I've received since August 31st. So I really like this part of this token because one of the things that's difficult about cryptocurrencies is they tend to move around a lot. They're very volatile investments. So they can go up sharply and they can go down sharply. And on days when the things are down, it's nice to get these reflection rewards because it gives us a reason to want to hold on. Okay, I always refer to it as the golden goose. Okay, my wallet of Saitama is my golden goose. And every day it's laying golden eggs, which for me, since August 31st, my golden eggs are worth $1,500. Okay, that's pretty awesome. Okay, it's a very nice feature of Saitama token. And if you're holding your coins in the DeFi wallets, these reflections are in real time. So every 5 minutes you can look at it and see your token count moving up. Again, some of the centralized places have the reflections, some of them don't. L-Bank seems to be one that does. With the new ones coming online, I'm uncertain. But we do know that Saitamask wallet, or Saitama's own DeFi wallet, will be launched on November 13th. So we're 11 days away from having our own wallet. That one not only will receive reflections, but we'll also be able to stake the coins or essentially put them aside into a liquidity pool to receive additional rewards from Saitama. We're not sure what those rewards will be yet, but it sounds like it might be attractive for people who, like me, are planning on holding for a longer term anyway. Okay, you might as well get more free tokens if you're going to hold on to it anyway. All right, so that's coming November 13th. There's information about it on the Saitama token website. Okay, so the next thing I will show you, people have requested it. just recently, I created another spreadsheet that I call a fun calculator. It's also in the show notes. This one, I put the instructions at the top of the page. The sheet is locked. Click File, make a copy, rename it, and it'll be unlocked for your use. Okay? And what it allows you to do is put your token count in and how much. So you just fill in the pink bubbles over here, and it will tell you what you need. So if you have, in this case, 100 billion tokens, and you want to know when your money would be worth $2 million, it will calculate what price is needed at your token count to get you there. Okay. Now, whether we reach these prices or not is not part of this exercise. Okay. This is just for fun. It's for doing a little bit of dreaming. Okay. So in the next one, what would the value of your tokens be if you put in any token count you wanted and any price you wanted? So again, you could put your token count, change the price, and it will calculate the value of your investment in US dollars. Okay. The final one will calculate the number of tokens you would need to achieve a certain outcome. So at whatever price it is, currently around 601, very exciting. Okay. And a value that I want, how many tokens would I need to achieve that? Okay. It just calculates. It's just for fun. But these are in the show notes. People have been asking about them, so I wanted to do them on the front end. All right. Now I'm going to get into the news of the day. There's a couple of big announcements today if you haven't seen them, and I'll point you directly to the content where you can verify it for yourself. And then we'll do the fundamentals and close the video. Okay, so this is exactly the opposite of the way I usually do them. Oh, speaking of which, apologies for the shirt yesterday. I forgot, and it doesn't show me on my camera, but after I'm done videoing, if I wear shirts that have checkers or stripes, man, it could almost cause you to have a seizure. And it's so difficult to go back and re-record that I just put it through yesterday, but I'll be more conscientious in the future and wear solid colors so that you guys don't have to deal with the craziness of the shirt patterns. Okay, so apologies. All right, today Russell was on live with Willie D. They had a great conversation going. If you're brand new to Saitama, Russell is one of the main reasons that I started creating content around Saitama. I saw what he was doing. I saw the development team that he put together or that came together and the skill sets that they have. And I decided Saitama is a very different project from anything else I've ever seen. And literally that within a week, I made a larger purchase of the token and I started creating content back on August 31st. Okay. This conversation today, no exception. Russell talks about the things that they're doing, what makes us extraordinarily different and will make us the benchmark for all other projects going forward. And 30 minutes into it, Willie D asks him to go ahead and make his big announcement. Okay. So spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it, it's not that big of a crazy spoiler alert, but Russell announced that we will soon be listing with Kucoin. Okay. Kucoin is a top 5 exchange, and Kucoin has 8 million registered users in 207 countries, which is exciting for 2 reasons. It means our friends all across the world could use Kucoin to access Saitama. And secondly, 8 million registered users. Think of the potential of how many more people could join us as Saitama holders, okay? And more holders and more money coming into the project is going to make the price increase, okay? So it's just very favorable. It's the 3rd top 10 exchange listing in 2 weeks. And leading up to our own launch of the Saitamask wallet, November 13th, it's all excellent news. The effect that this is having is very positive on the price, depending on which exchange we look at here. So on CoinGecko, you can see we broke the 0 barrier. At least it should say 9.5. Let me get a refresh here. I don't think they're going to show it as breaking that barrier, which is very interesting. Okay, it's reporting differently, different places. If we look at crypto.com, it definitely displays that we burned a 0 and is actually displaying a price, or was, very close to that 601 level, which is a huge breakthrough for Saitama. See, they're actually showing it 601007. So just know this is not uncommon for different cryptocurrency sites to have different pricing associated based with what's going on and how they're reading these platforms. Okay, but very exciting for those of us who were looking to burn that first zero. There it goes. Okay, we just ticked back under, but we're right there. And what we want to do now is build support at this level. We want to get stronger and stronger at that level. This will lead into our fundamentals discussion. Let's just crack that open and talk about it. Okay. So I try to look at cryptocurrencies, Saitama specifically. I've been tracking specific metrics to get a feel for day to day. How are we doing? Are we growing? Are we accelerating the growth? Are we slowing down? And so the first thing I look at is holders. From yesterday to today, we increased our holder count by 5,403 holders. That brings us to a total of 165,848. Our market cap has broken through 4 billion, which is amazing. Okay. These are huge numbers. And we kind of did, I've done several price predictions where I said, I think this year we could burn a zero. I did one a few days ago saying, I think we could burn that zero by the Saitamask launch. My prediction is still down here on the page. I actually came up with a price target for November 13th of 601175. We'll see how I do on that. People who've watched for a while know I'm generally wrong, but in a positive way. Usually Saitama ends up exceeding my price predictions and usually making a fool of me by doing it in very short fashion after I talk about prices. Okay. So we are solidly into the 709, and occasionally, depending on where you're looking, we have popped over 601. Volume today, robust at 103 million. That is the highest we've recorded in a while. We have had another day over 100 million, but those two are the only ones we've recorded so far. The burn continues to tick forward, 55.67%. Our current rank, based on our market cap and coin market cap's valuations of the top 100 cryptocurrencies, would put us at number 49. Now, if you go look for yourself, you're going to see that we're not appearing in that top list. And that's because of this little sign right here that says the CoinMarketCap team has not verified this project's market cap. However, according to the project itself, it has a circulating supply of 44 quadrillion, 600 trillion tokens, and a self-reported market cap of 4.4 billion, which puts us very close to that 601 level. All right, so very positive. Based on our price and our volume, our burn speedometer would be at 45 days to burn 1%. That's about 8% burn per year. And we burned about 10 trillion tokens on the day. Okay. So it's just a slow forward movement on that burn. But of course, the more tokens we burn, the better off we're going to be. Now, in terms of price, I did point you yesterday to some content with Steve at Rocket Crypto. He had some fascinating thoughts on, pardon me, I muted that so you wouldn't have to hear the horrible cough, but he had some fascinating thoughts on the volume that we're looking at coming with. When Saitamask launches, anything that we list inside our exchange will be paired with Saitama, which means the volume for Saitama could move up dramatically. And if it's moving up faster than the price moves up, because it's just more volume trading back and forth, it's not just strictly buying Saitama, but that movement of the coin and the volume is what really drives the burn and the reflections. So if the price stays about the same and the volume goes up, we watch the burn increase, which is good for us. Okay. If you haven't seen that content that was produced by Steve at Rocket Crypto, who's one of the developers, excuse me. So sorry. It is fascinating content. Again, it will be linked in the description today. I'll just leave it in from yesterday, but very fascinating. Folks, I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you're owning Saitama, it's going to be hard to not at least be positive about how your day is going with today's returns, which are double digits today. So very cool. Hope you're having a great day. Check back with me tomorrow and we will watch our Saitama stacks grow together.